So I think I fell in love with Swan. Hey everyone, it's Catching Tees here, and welcome to my channel where today I just kind of wanted to post something about the Purple Kiss concert that I went to because I had such a great time. So I'm more of a casual stan for Purple Kiss, but I went with my sister to the Kansas City show, and I just kind of wanted to share my experience overall with it. So the venue was pretty small, but that was actually something that I really liked about the concert because it made the atmosphere like super intimate, I guess is a word that you could use for it, but it was about 500 people capacity. It wasn't sold out, but it was pretty close, and I noticed that a lot of the people bought like the upgraded tickets because after the concert was over, they were like, "Okay, if you're general admission, thank you for coming. You can exit now. If you are part of the other packages, then you can stay." And like over half of the people stayed, I think. So they're making good money, and they also sold a lot of merch, which makes me very happy because I think that, it's good to support groups like that. But yeah, just the general admission tickets were really cheap. They were $50, which is like crazy low price for K-pop tickets. Definitely worth it. We were supposed to be let in the venue at 6 o'clock, or at least according to the original email that they sent out, but then apparently they changed it to 6:30 without like sending out another email. So the only way you would know is like through word of mouth. So they were lucky that it was only like 50 degrees in Kansas City in November instead of 10. Kind of lucked out because we were standing out there a lot longer than we thought we were going to be, but it was all right. Parking was also a little confusing, but we got through it. So the venue itself was the Gem Theater, and it was really cozy, I guess is the word that I would use for it. So yeah, like intimate atmosphere. And so the girls ended up doing a lot of crowd work because of how like small and cozy it was. Hence why I think I fell in love with Swan, but also all of them were hilarious, honestly. I'll get a little more into that kind of stuff later, but as for the concert itself, it had a lot more than what I was expecting. So I went in practically blind because, like I said, I'm a little bit more of a casual listener of them. So like I knew their music, but I wasn't keeping up with like the tour and what sorts of stuff they were doing on it. The show itself was about 2 hours long, I would say. I don't remember the exact set list, but I think they hit all of their titles, if not, like they were close. A couple of the things that surprised me is that Mem Mem was way better in concert because like that was a song that got like a lot of hate when it came out, but honestly in concert it was really fun. Also, Ponsanya slapped. Like the dance break live was amazing. They did so good. But they also did a lot of their intros, which was a very pleasant surprise to me. Seeing Save Me was awesome. And they also did a lot of subunit covers. So I think it was like during the costume change, that's how they did that, is they had two of them go off early and then change and come back. And then they did, I think it was We Don't Talk Anymore and Sway With Me, which that one was really, really good. I remember. So they performed, and then the other girls were changing too, and then they came out and did a couple unit songs, which were also really good. And then they all came out and then did the rest of the show. So there were a couple of things that I was a little disappointed about. First off, it was kind of weird. They did a ton of their songs in like an English version, which I mean, I get why, but at the same time, almost no one could sing along because ironically, we only know the Korean. So that was kind of a little weird. Also, their backtrack was really, really loud, so it was really hard to hear the girls. But their mics were definitely on because you could hear them like as soon as the music shut off, of course, like the panting and everything. And I just think it was more of like they didn't want to fight the backtrack, and honestly, I can't blame them. Swan is the only one that I would say I could hear fairly consistently throughout the entire concert. I could also sometimes hear Gon, but Cheon had a hurt voice, so I don't even know if she was singing at all during the concert, which is fair, if your voice hurts, don't strain it. And then also Yuki was there, which was a pleasant surprise to me because I saw all the headlines saying that she wasn't going to be on the tour because of the Queendom puzzle group that she's a part of, but I didn't know that that only went for some of the shows, so they came out on stage and we were like, there's 6 of them! Oh! But there were a lot of really fun moments in between all the performances. Like I said, they had great crowd work. So there was something that Swan taught us. It was basically like 1, 2, 3 quiet in Korean. And she ended up using it actually a lot when people got like noisy and they weren't quieting down enough so that the members could properly speak. So not only was it like really fun to learn, but it was also like really effective. So that was really smart of her. Also, Yuki just dropped an F-bomb when telling everyone to scream towards the end of the concert. So that was also hilarious because you could tell immediately that she knew what she said because she went, oh no. So that was great. Also at one point, I think there was like a jewelry malfunction or something because I saw someone like throw a piece of jewelry to the side of the stage, but they handled it so well. I honestly didn't even know whose jewelry it was or when it came off or who threw it. I just saw something huge and sparkly go flying and I was like, oh, that happened. So they were very professional about that. There was also a moment before the encore where Swan came out early because, you know, they have to go off stage, change into their encore outfits and, you know, take a second to breathe. But I guess she got done early. So she came out with another member and decided to sing her solo song 20 entirely a cappella, which was great. So enjoy this video. 5, 6. Let's all dance. 느끼는 대로 맘 가는 대로 hold me close far away. I love you. 나를 비추는 flo리가 있어. I just wanna say. So once all the members came back out for the encore, they actually had a little part of that where they came out into the crowd. And so they were like walking up and down the aisles and you were actually able to get really close to them because of how small the venue was. So like my sister and I, we were sitting towards the center of a row, so we weren't actually able to like, you know, interact with them all that much. But some of the people who were sitting on the edges, like they were completing like half hearts and doing all that kind of stuff. And I think at one point Swan like sat down next to someone in the middle of an aisle and was just kind of like vibing with them. So that was like really fun. And there's something really nice about them being a smaller group in a smaller venue that not a lot of people really, you know, get to have those kinds of interactions and experiences. So that was something that was really neat that I liked a lot. But overall, just great concert, especially for how cheap the tickets were. And like, I even had some post-concert depression the evening after, even though like, I'm not even a massive fan of the group, you know, I'm not super dedicated, but I just, you know, I had that feeling of like, oh, that was so fun. I wish I could do that again tonight. It could have also been the fact that I had to focus back on final projects for school, but honestly, it was probably a little bit of both. We'll just go with both. So yeah, that was just a little bit about my experience going to the Purple Kiss concert. Thanks for watching this little ramble of mine. I will probably be back later this week after Dreamcatcher has their comeback just to post a little review about that. But thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye!